Hello and welcome to Kuddick Farms. We're back with another episode of UMRV, Upper Mississippi River Valley, and man, do we have some haze on the map today. I don't know what's up with that, considering it says we're having some sunny weather. I don't think the weatherman knows what sunny looks like. We have finished up with all the hay out in this field. And we've got one wagon here left that needs to get unloaded up at the harvest store. We managed to go around and pick up all of the missing bits and top off this wagon, which I'm really excited about. So we're gonna go ahead and bring that right on up here and get it unloaded into the harvest store. Now, I don't have a PTO on this thing, so I'm not gonna be able to unload this at the harvest store. Now that I think about it, let me just pull it around here, and we'll go grab a tractor real quick and get this thing all hooked up. The chopper can just go back in here into the shed though, get it out of the way. Honestly, we don't got that many jobs left to finish up here on the farm now that we've got this field all cut. We may just need to come in here and do a little bit of land work. I'm really tempted to cut the island out of the middle of this field today. We'll see. I haven't quite decided yet, but I know I've got to at least cut one tree out of it. We may just decide to take that tree down and this little cusp of trees down and turn this into a much more manageable field. We'll be much more productive cutting the hay out here, and not that we'll get that much more hay, but I think what we will see is that the workers are going to be able to do a much more efficient job of cutting the hay. So I should have dropped this trailer off down at the other barn, but since we've got it here, we'll bring it up here and I'll take them both down together once we're done with the unloading here. So I'm going to just drop her off there, and let's see if I can get this thing all hooked up. I probably could have just used the 4440 over there, but it's all hooked up and ready to go on the mixer wagon, which we do need to mix some more feed. I think we're going to start running low on feed here. I did move the time forward one more day here on the game since last episode, and that means we're going to have to really figure out how to keep up with the feed. Now that we've got hay, it shouldn't be a problem. And I'm remembering these wagons, you've got to do the silly unload on the back and then swing back around and unload on the front. One of these days I'm going to look into figuring out how to fix that. So while that's unloading, let's just take a quick look in here. It looks like we've got quite a bit of hay. Not as much hay as we have silage yet, but it's still a long way out until we get silage, where I'm going to get another cutting of hay pretty soon here off of our other field. And then honestly, I think I'll be able to cut both of these fields again before we get more silage. So we're going to continue to be mixing our feed up at a 65-35 ratio. So let's get the 4440 fired up here now that I do have the hay. And I'm going to go ahead and come through and mix this up. I do like using auto drive for our feed rotation. However, we're going to do it manually since the other tractor's in the way here. And I'll start off by putting my 35% of silage in here, and then we'll grab some more of this wonderful hay that we've been stacking up. I'm still wondering if we should have gotten some bales, some corn stalk bales. I think there's a patch out for the map now where I can actually use the corn stalk bales with, for mixing the TMR. However, I've been hesitant to install the patch because I've heard a lot of people are having issues with it unless you restart the game. And I have to say, folks, I'm not really looking forward to restarting the map, so we may just continue playing on the launch version of this for our Let's Play unless there's some really major fixes that come out in the update to the map here. If I pop open the animal menu here, you can see we're at 55,000 liters, 61,000 liters in climbing, 47,000 liters of mixed ration in the other barn here. We're almost to that reproduction point. I can't wait to see these cows double up. And we're making a really good progress in general on the farm. I'm really excited. So let's keep going here with this. I'm going to go ahead and let auto drive figure out how to get me back over to the harvest store. And let's check on this. We're almost done here, 10% left. And there we go, all emptied out. Let's go ahead and see if I can hook up both of these trailers to each other now. I'm not always the best at backing these around and such, but we do what we gotta do. And just like that, through the magic of editing, we've got everything hooked up. Yay! So let's take these two trailers back to the other side over here. We're going to park them alongside the shed like we've been doing. I think that's a great place for them. And then I believe we're going to go buy a chainsaw and see if we can clean up these trees over here. I really think we're just going to make them all go away. I think that's our best option here. Trying to turn wide enough that I don't break any axles, but man, that hill is a little steep right there. There we go. Well, that'll be a good spot for them. This thing is going to come back over here to the other shed with me. I'm not sure what we need this tractor for right now, so I'm just gonna park it in the shed here out of the way. And I do know we're gonna need this tillage equipment here, so let me see if we can get this all shuffled around. We're gonna need the drill when we're all said and done too, to put the grass back in. So I'm gonna go ahead and hook the drill up as I'm getting this tractor out of the way. We'll hook the 9630 up to the chisel plow, and we'll be ready to do the necessary field work to get things settled after we do the manual labor. Getting a little ahead of ourselves, but since I was in this barn anyway, I thought, why not get the equipment out? All right, I'm gonna just park this stuff here for now, keep it out of the way. Let's go get that 9630 running and over here as well, and we'll get to doing a little bit of landscaping. All right, we got the equipment pulled all the way out here just so I can be ready to go. And let's see, I don't have a chainsaw yet, so we're gonna need to buy us one of those. Let's see, we'll go ahead and get one of these. Looks good. And here we go. Now, I think I've got the lumberjack mod on. I wish I could remember how to use this thing. I believe there's a key I can hold down to actually just full-on delete the tree when I chop it down. So let's scroll on down here to where all the mods are and see if I can find that real quick. Lumberjack, it just says super strength. Well, let's just try it out. I'm gonna come down here. It tells me the length and everything. Or maybe is it if I cut it like this, does it cut the tree? Or just delete the tree, I mean? Oh, it does. There we go. We're gonna do it like that, folks. We don't need this lumber. It might be a little cheesy, but the goal is just to get rid of all of these and plow this land under. So we're gonna be doing that. Very nice. Boom, look at that. All right, those trees are gone in a hurry. Let's get rid of this one other tree here and see what we can do to get this all set up a little bit better. Ah, very nice. I'm feeling so much better already. So let's grab the field cultivator. I do have this. It's not even a field cultivator, it's a plow. So we are using this as a chisel plow, and it should, in theory, be able to plow this whole section under if I turn on allow create fields. And we'll try not to make too much of a mess of the areas that are already seeded, but I'd rather make sure I get everything with this. So there we go, it's working now. Allow create fields is on. And we're just gonna hit this whole swath, and we'll spin back around and get the rest of that. If I remember right, these other weeds go away when I plant over it, so we're gonna try that here in just a second. but I want to make sure I get all the ground spots here, which I did a horrible job here. I need to come back around for a third pass because I lined up so poorly there. My bad, my bad. Trying to conserve what grass I can, and we're just making a mess of things, so I'm gonna overcorrect this time. There it is. And as long as we're in this machine, I'm gonna go ahead and run down here to our other spot and hit that as well. Now, for down here, I'd say now that I'm going to actually plow this tree part under, maybe I'll continue to take the field a little bit closer down around here and have a nice shallow curve that comes around to where we were working before. I really kind of like it to line up with the other part of the field here. Something about like that looks really good. And I think I am going to take this one tree down as well. I'm not going to bring the field any closer to the ditch there. I just wanted to get rid of that tree. I think we were really running into it a lot when we were trying to turn on the end rows and stuff there. So that looks good. The rest of the trees I think are in a fine spot. So now I just need to turn back in here and get the little bit of area that we've left here. Just like so. And make sure my allow fields is still turned on. I think I thought I was done and turned that off for a second. Looking good, looking good. Alrighty. I think that's gonna do it, folks. I think we've got it all. Now I just need to get this out of here. Fold her up. And we'll get out here with the seeder. I'm just realizing I think I took all the seed out of that seeder, so I'm gonna go grab the pickup truck and we'll bring a pallet of seed down to the seeder here and see if we can get that topped off. It'll be easier than driving the seeder up into the yard, I think. Oh yeah, we've got a good partial pallet of seed here ready to go, so I'm gonna just drive this right up behind here and see if we can get this to load into the air drill. Get backed up nice and close to the pickup here. There we go. It's not much, but we really shouldn't need that much. We'll let that thing start unfolding, and I need to get this truck out of the way if we're going to be turning around over here. We'll keep it close at hand, though, just on the off chance that we need a little bit more seed, but the drill's pretty efficient here, and it is grass, so I don't think we're going to go through a ton. Get it all fired up here. I love the sounds on this thing. And here we go. It is getting rid of all the grass stuff there. That's awesome. And we're gonna do our best not to destroy more of this field than we need to. It's gonna be a little weird having one patch of grass here that's at a different growth stage than the rest of it, but hopefully it'll catch up without any problems. Oh, I missed the tiniest bit there. I'm gonna have to hit that again. I'm trying to not make a mess, and we're wasting time. We'll just overlap a little bit better this time. There we go. All right, well, let's get this last little bit and go down on the other part of the field here. There we go. We got it for sure. Yeah, we're gonna have plenty of seed for this, I think. We'll just start a smidge early here and make sure we overlap. Don't want to miss any bits on the outside. I hate having to come back and redo things. We've had to do that on almost every pass I've made today, so we're gonna try and start doing a better job here. All right, back around for another pass. We'll take the inside first. There it is. And the middle pass, we should be able to overlap both ways and clean this all up. There we are. This should make for a much nicer grass field, much nicer worker-friendly setup moving forward. I was getting a little bit frustrated with having to get the course play workers unhung up on the trees and stuff, and it was just taking a long time for them to turn around all the things. So We're good to go here now. Oh, that's awesome. It looks like the grass field across the way still needs a little bit more time to grow, so we're not going to jump right into harvesting that yet. I think we're going to have to just focus on feeding some cows here. Now, in order to do that, I do need to get this equipment out of the way, though, because we need to be driving through the yard here with the mixer. And if I leave a bunch of equipment parked all over the place, it tends to be a problem for us. So let's go ahead and just get this equipment put back away, and we'll jump over here into the feed mixer, and we'll get some loads of feed mixed up for the cows here. All right, I've got both of these put in the shed here. Everything's all cleaned up. We might as well get the shed all closed up for a while. No need letting all the dust and stuff get in there. And let's see about making some more TMR here. I've got lots of hay to work our way through here, so we're gonna fill this up to about 65%, and then we'll get our silage. Now you can see I've taken 2 loads out of this. We did finish putting that load of hay in, and yeah, we're in a pretty good spot. We're still cranking through all the silage. If I put this into tons, it might make a little bit more sense. The hay obviously not weighing as much as the silage here for capacity-wise, so that's why it's always interesting to look at the difference in tonnage versus in cubic yards. Very different numbers, very different units of measure, so I'm always enjoying to see the details from mods like the unit convert mod that Thundar Modding put together. It's been one of my favorites for sure. And let's just go ahead and pull this around into the barn. I think we're set up for barn A, which is this closest one to me, but the doors are closed, so that's why I'm not running it on auto drive here yet. We gotta get out and open everything up, make sure we can get into our barn here. And I should be able to just start it from here and it'll figure it out. I don't think I'm too close where we'll hit the door on the way in. Good times, good times. And let me just look real quick at the animals here. Barn A. Yep, we're doing good for feed. I'm gonna let this dump in. We're gonna start moving the time forward. I think the next thing that we've really got to do is sell our soybeans here in July. We're waiting for the price to come up. So July is still a few months out. We'll probably be cutting some more hay before we get to July. And so I just want to keep an eye on things as we move the clock forward. I'm thinking that other grass field's going to get ready sometime in June, and we'll be able to chop that up. And then we will get into July and be able to sell some of our remaining crops here. I think soybeans is really the only thing left to sell, so we're in a great spot here for the year, and I'm looking forward to getting back into harvest. July is also when all those cows are supposed to reproduce, if I'm not mistaken. You can see here as we tick over, our vehicle leasing costs a little bit higher than they used to be. So we're hitting up on what, 11, 13, I don't know, almost $15,000 a day in costs. But I view those vehicle leasing costs as a not horrible thing. It's better than just a straight up lease. And then you can see there we're just shy of 20,000 on selling our milk every day, which is not a bad spot to be. So we're still making a profit every day, even though we're not quite where I'd like to be on our profit scale. But the money we're spending on that vehicle leasing, because we have the lease to own mod on, is really just paying down on that vehicle, where if I just had a normal bank loan, that money would just be going out the window. So I don't mind having the vehicle leases going for now. It's working out pretty well for us. And let's go ahead and just run this over here. I think we're going to alternate barns. I'm going to put this into barn B this time, because we're at 51 in barn B, 53 in barn A. Yeah, they're right about the same. And so I've got to get one of these in each barn each day to keep up with the feed rates at 250 cows per barn, which keeps me busy here. And as you can see, it doesn't always go super fast on this auto drive course because there's so many curves and whatnot getting into things, but It sure beats having to babysit the whole process all the time. I'm just kind of showing it off for you guys since it's been a bit since we fed cows on camera, I think. And yeah, there we go. I think we're going to be wrapping up today's episode a little bit shorter than usual, just because we're in this awkward in-between stage. We're going to keep up with feeding the cows off camera here and moving the time forward. And next episode, hopefully, will be lined up where we can get the other field of hay cut over there, which is going to go so much faster than this one did because it's a nice long straight field. And we're going to sell off those soybeans and see what kind of money we make. Because that money is going to go a long way towards hopefully paying down some of our loan and or letting us take out more of a loan and picking up more land before harvest. I would still very much like to get this big field 7 purchased, land area 18. I think if I could get to the $886,000 necessary to get that piece of land purchased, that we would be in a really good spot here for harvest. I really want those extra soybeans in our control, so we're going to do everything we can to do that, even if it means trying to find something on the farm to sell off in order to make that purchase before harvest season here. So keep your eyes open for that. And that's all for today. Kedrick, out. I'm not sure what we're going to use. Whoa. Whoa. Look out, cows, coming through. It's time to move it. That's right. Coming through. They just don't care.